Ladies and gentlemen, although today is meant to cap a week of celebration for the return of the swarm of Yellow Jacket alumni, Newark High School suffered the ultimate tragedy. Two of our own were the victims of gun violence this week. Sadly, one of these young men will never again return to the Hive. On behalf of Christina School District Superintendent Dr. Deirdre Joyner, Newark High School Principal Dr. Tina Pinkett, and the rest of the staff and students from the Christina School District and Newark High School, we would like to send our sincere condolences to the families, friends, and community of these two young students, and we hope for a full recovery for the second young man. At this time, we ask that you please rise and join us for a moment of silence to honor the lives of our two students. Thank you. Remember, once a jacket, always a jacket. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by the Newark High School Yellow Jacket Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Michael Archer. We will be joined today by students from the Newark Choral Department under the direction of Miss Victoria Brown, and they will also be singing our alma mater and national anthem. If you look to the 35-yard line near the south end zone, you will see our color guard presenting our colors. The band members in the color guard today are Battery Captain Mac Greer, Color Guard Captain Adele Williams, and Drum Majors Eve Billowitz and Anya Durden. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our choral students and marching band. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a moment to thank one of our amazing community supporters, Grain Craft Bar and Kitchen, located right here in Newark on Main Street. A big Yellow Jacket shout out to Grain on Main for their generous support of the Newark High School football program and for providing delicious meals to fuel our team. Your commitment to our athletes is greatly appreciated. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, Grain Craft Bar and Kitchen. Next, we'd also like to take a moment to recognize Porter Chevrolet in Newark for their outstanding support through the Chevy Youth Sponsorship Program. Their generous sponsorship helped provide our Newark High School football team with valuable resources, enhancing both their training and their overall experience on the field. Porter Chevrolet's commitment to our youth and their development is a perfect example of community partnership in action. We truly appreciate their dedication to helping our athletes succeed, both in sports and in life. Thank you, Porter Chevrolet, for making a difference. During the first half of today's game, the Newark Music Boosters table will be open for business. Swing by the table near the main entrance of Bob Hoffman Stadium, across from the concession stand, to grab your favorite Newark High merch. Every penny raised will go directly to supporting our fantastic music program at Newark High School. The boosters and band members will also be coming around selling 50-50 tickets for the entirety of the first half, and during the third quarter, we will announce the lucky winner of the 50-50 drawing. So make sure you get your tickets while you can and support the fabulous work by our music students. We'd also like to acknowledge our athletic director, Mr. Jason Bedford, for his continued efforts each and every week to support all of our student athletes. Another week has come and gone, and he's somehow more awesome than he's previously been. Thank you, Mr. Bedford. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, we'd like to remind everyone that Newark High School and Bob Hoffman Stadium is a smoke and vape-free campus. To ensure a healthy and enjoyable environment for all of our fans, we ask that you refrain from smoking or vaping anywhere on the school grounds. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. Nasir Gaskins on the return, gets the ball out to the 25-yard line and is brought down there by a number of the force. And that is where the Yellow Jackets will take over. 1st and 10, Newark at their own 25. Correction, there is a flag on the play, a holding penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 10 from the end of the run. So as a result, it will now be 1st and 10 Newark at their own 15. And as the offense appears on the field, we are going to give you the starting lineups. First, at quarterback, number 5, William Teal. Your running back is number 4, Samir Coleman. Wide receivers are number 1, Gareth Howell. Number 2, Keon Black. Number 3, Ryan Goodman. And number 10, Xavier Brown. And the offensive line from right to left. Tackle is number 58, Hemier Turner. The guard is number 77, Noah Matos. Your center is number 52, Jason Henn. The left guard is number 50, Diego Aguado Sereno. And capping the line is the left tackle, number 60, Darius Fletcher. Before the first down snap, false start penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 5. As a result, it'll now be 1st and 15 Newark from their own 10. William Teal on the carry. Cross the 20, 25, and is knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line by number 13, Brady Shelton. But that's going to go for 20 yards, and a Yellow Jacket first down. 1st and 10, Newark at their own 31. An illegal substitution penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to back them up 5. As a result, it'll now be 1st and 15 Newark, back at their own 36. Correction, 26. Samir Coleman on the carry, breaking tackles, and is brought down out near the 39-yard line. Met initially by number 44, Evan Richards, and cleaned up by number 2, Jeremiah Presley Fulham. However, that goes for 13, and is going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Big gain there by Samir Coleman. And Samir Coleman up the middle, all the way into force territory, down at the 29. That's going to go for 32 yards and a Yellow Jackets first down. First and 10, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington 29. Samir Coleman on the carry. Rumbles all the way down. Perry and force members down to the 9-yard line. 20-yard gain, and that's going to be another Yellow Jacket first down. First and goal, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington 9. Tackle on the play made by number 7, Anthony Zerba. Diego Diaz Vallejo on the carry. Carrying force numbers down inside the 5-yard line. Pick up a 5 down to the 4 is going to bring up a second and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the force 4.
They stood him up in the center. He was like, I did this one before.
Samir Coleman on the carry. Pickup of 1 down to the 3 is going to bring up a third and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the force 3. Samir Coleman on the carry, gets down to the goal line, but is stopped just shy of the end zone. Gain of 3 on the play is going to bring up fourth and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the 4th half-yard line.
It's 4th down, Jordan!
And Diego Diaz Vallejo goes in for 1 yard. Yellow Jacket touchdown! Prior to the conversion attempt, timeout Newark, first charge timeout of the first half. So with 7:47 remaining in the first quarter, your Yellow Jackets have a 6-0 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, the DIAA salutes its nearly 28,000 student athletes participating in 19 sports. We cheer for them in the game and in the classroom. And remember to set an example for those competing in today's event and show respect for all those present for this event. DIAA reminds you to sport a winning attitude on the field, court, and in the stands. Yellow Jackets will keep the offense on the field and attempt the two-point conversion. William Shield fields the loose punt. That's a loose snap, but is tackled down by number 88, Lawson Joseph. And that is going to be no good on the two-point conversion. In the kick for the Yellow Jackets, number 32, Preston Turner. And Turner's kick is fielded by number 6, Amir Scott. Scott continues to push the pile forward, but is finally brought down out by the 35-yard line by a swarm of Yellow Jacket special teamers, led by number 80. Number 4, William Jameson fields the snap and it's buried in the backfield. First met by number 58, Amir Turner. Loss of 5, back to the 30. Is going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Force at their own 30-yard line. Number 4, William Jameson dives on the loose snap back inside the 20, and he'll be marked down at the 17-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 28 for the Force. Number 6, Amir Scott on the carry, runs into that Yellow Jacket defensive front and gets nothing. No gain. And so the Force will send out the punt team. On the snap, number 88, Lawson Josephic. On the punt of the way is number 1, Cade Aldis. And back deep for your Yellow Jackets, number 12, Hasim Williams. Williams fields the punt at the 47, crosses the 50, 45, 40, 35, gets the block at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to go back. However, there are multiple flags on the play. A block in the back penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to negate that 53-yard punt return. And as a result, it'll now be 1st and 10, Newark at their own 45. William Teal connects with Samir Coleman on the screen pass, and he is brought down after a gain of 2 by number 88, Lawson Josephic. Correction, it's only going to be a gain of 1 after the 46. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. And Teal pass complete to number 1, Gareth Howell. Howell makes a couple guys miss and is down to the force 41. And that's going to be a pickup of 14 yards and good for a Yellow Jacket first down. 1st and 10, Newark at the force 41.
Brady! Go! Brady, you gotta stay low!
William Teal cuts it back across the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and is brought down near the 15. However, there is a flag on the play. A holding penalty against the Yellow Jackets is going to negate that 25-yard run by William Teal. Samir Coleman is hit and dropped in the backfield by number 88, Lawson Josephic. A loss of 3 on the play back to the 47. Correction, a loss of 2 on the play back to the 47. Is going to bring up a 2nd and 22 for the Yellow Jackets. Teal's pass complete to number 4, Samir Coleman. He runs down inside the 40 near the 35. However, there's another flag on the play. An illegal motion penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to cost them on the 15-yard completion. A 5-yard penalty will now push the ball back to the 42-yard line and result in a 2nd and 27 for the Yellow Jackets. And William Teal is going to be sacked back inside the 35 at the 32 by number 77, Mason Klazowski. As a result of that 10-yard sack, it's now going to be 3rd and 37 for the Yellow Jackets. William Teal completes the pass to number 3, Ryan Goodman, who's forced out of bounds at the 49 by number 44, Evan Richards. Pickup of 17 on the play. However, it is still going to be a 4th and 20 for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets will send out the punt team. On the snap is number 52, Jason Henn. And to punt it away is number 4, Samir Coleman. And back deep for the Force, number 6, Amir Scott. Scott fields the punt at the 19, drops it at the 25, picks it up, and is going to be thrown down back at the 22 by number 50, Diego Aguado Sereno. There's also a flag on the play. The flag is a block in the back penalty against the Force, and it will back them up 10 at the end of that run. And as a result, it'll now be 1st and 10, Charter School of Wilmington at their own 10-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, we'd like to remind everyone that Newark High School and Bob Hoffman Stadium is a smoke and vape-free campus. To ensure a healthy and enjoyable environment for all of our fans, we ask that you please refrain from smoking or vaping anywhere on school grounds. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. And now the defensive starters for your Yellow Jacks. Along the defensive line, number 0, Jonta Duffy. Number 52, Jason Henn. Number 58, Hunter Turner. And number 60, Darius Fletcher. Your linebackers are number 6, Saquon Robinson. Number 9, Diego Diaz Vallejo. And number 50, Diego Aguado Sereno. And your defensive backs, number 2, Keon Black. Number 3, Ryan Goodman. Number 5, William Teal. And number 12, Hassim Williams. Number 6, Amir Scott on that previous carry. Push the ball forward for 4 yards out to the 14. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. So, after one here at Butch Simpson Field at Bob Hoffman Stadium, your Yellow Jackets lead the visiting force 6-0. And ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, during the first half of today's game, the Newark Music Boosters table will be open for business. Swing by the table near the main entrance of Bob Hoffman Stadium, across from the concession stand, to grab your favorite Newark High merch. Every penny raised will go directly supporting our fantastic music program at Newark High School. The boosters and band members will also be coming around selling 50-50 tickets for the entirety of the first half. During the third quarter, we will announce the lucky winner of the 50-50 drawing, so make sure you get your tickets while you can and support the fabulous work by our music students. And lastly, our concession stand is now open. Head on over to grab yourself something to eat or something to drink, all in support of Newark Athletics. Thank you. Amir Scott on the carry goes back to the line of scrimmage and is stopped there by your Yellow Jacket defensive front. However, after the play, there is a flag on the field. After the play, a personal foul penalty against the Yellow Jackets will give them a free 15, and that's going to be good for a forced first down. 1st and 10, force at their own 29. Number 15, Ronmel Page on the carry. Pushes the pile forward for about 5 yards, down to the 34-yard line. Tackle on the play made by a swarm of Yellow Jackets, including number 0, Johnson Cuffey. Brings up 2nd and 6 for the force. And Diego Diaz-Vallejo is going to drop Ronnie Page in the backfield for a 6-yard loss. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long 10 for the Force back inside their own 30-yard line. Amir Scott on the carry. Sutter steps at the 30, meets a number of Yellow Jacket tacklers head on, and is brought down at the 35. Primary tackler on the play is number 9, Diego Diaz-Vallejo, but that's only going to be good for 5. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for the Charter School of Wilmington. A Force will send out the punt team. On the snap is number 88, Lawson Joseph. In the punt away is number 1, Cade Aldis, and back deep for your Yellow Jackets near the 35 is number 12, Machine Williams. An illegal substitution penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to give the Force a free 5. And that 5 yards is going to be enough for a Force first down. 1st and 10. Charter School of Wilmington at their own 40-yard line. Amir Scott on the carry. He's going to push the pile forward into Newark territory. Brought down by number 6, Saquon Robinson, and number 0, John Tucuffy. However, that's going to be good for 13 yards and a Force first down. 1st and 10 Force at the Yellow Jacket 47. Ronell Page on the carry, pushes the pile forward across the 45 and is down to the 44-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 3 on the play. Call it 4. Brings up 2nd and 6 for the Force. Prior to the 2nd down snap, a false start penalty against the Force. They're going to back them up 5. As a result, it will now be a 2nd and 12 for the Force, back at the 49. Ronell Page on the carry, brought down by a combination of Yellow Jackets. First met by number 52, Jason Henn, cleaned up by number 6, Saquon Robinson. No correction, gain of 2 on the play, back to the 47. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Force, and there is an official's timeout on the field. Jameson's pass is complete to number 88, Lawson Joseph. However, he is hit and driven backwards by number 2, Keon Black. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for the Force. Force will send out the punt team. On the snap is number 88, Austin Joseph. Again, the punt away from the line, Cade August. And back inside the 24, the Yellow Jackets is number 12, Hakeem Williams. Williams fields the punt at the 16. Spins away from the guy at the 15. Crosses 20, 25, 30, 35. And it's finally cut down there by number 1, Cade Aldis. But a very nice 26-yard return out to the 36-yard line. And that's where the Yellow Jackets will take over. 1st and 10. Newark at their own 36. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, during the first half of today's game, the Newark Music Booster table will be open for business. Swing by the table near the main entrance of Bob Hoffman Stadium, across from the concession stand to grab your favorite Newark High merch. Every penny raised will go directly to supporting our fantastic music program at Newark High School. The boosters and band members will also be coming around selling 50-50 tickets for the entirety of the first half. During the third quarter, we will announce the lucky winner of the 50-50 drawing, so make sure you get your tickets while you can. And support the fabulous work by our music students. Previous carry by number 4, Samir Coleman, is going to go for nearly 7 yards out to the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Tackle was made by number 77, Mason Kozlowski. Samir Coleman on the carry is hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped right there. First hit by number 44, Evan Richards, cleaned up by number 88, Lawson Joseph. No gain is going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Samir Coleman breaking tackles, breaking out at the 46, passes the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's forced out of bounds down at the 6-yard line by number 6, Amir Scott. That's going to go for 51 yards and a Yellow Jacket first down. First and goal, Newark at the Force 9. Diego Diaz-Vallejo on the carry, pushes the pile forward and is down at the 5-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play is going to bring up a 2nd and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Force 5. Samir Coleman on the carry. Picks up another couple of yards before being brought down by that Force defensive front. In on the tackle, including number 66, Tyler Shelton, and number 77, Mason Klasowski. 3rd and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Force 3. A sneak by number 5, William Teal picks up 2 down to the 1-yard line. So it's going to be a 4th and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the 4th one. Prior to the prior to this 4th down snap, timeout, Yellow Jackets, second charge timeout of the first half. So with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half, your Yellow Jackets lead the visiting force 6-0. And ladies and gentlemen, a brief announcement. Any member of the homecoming court participating in our halftime ceremony, please meet Mrs. Brandy Heights and Mr. Ward down by the gate at this time. Once again, if you are a member of our homecoming court participating in the halftime ceremony, please meet Mrs. Heights and Mr. Ward by the gate. Thank you. Samir Coleman on the carry, and he is going to be just short. The Force make a stand on 4th down, loss of 2 on the play, loss of 1 on the play, back to the 2. It's going to be a turnover on downs. So the Force will take over 1st and 10, Charter School of Wilmington at their own 1. Number 6, Amir Scott on the carry, pushes the pile forward and is going to be whistled down at the 5-yard line. Pickup of, we'll call it 3 on the play, is going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Force. Amir Scott is met in the backfield. Push the pile forward back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Force at their own 5. Ladies and gentlemen, before this 3rd down snap, we'd like to remind everyone that Newark High School and Bob Hoffman Stadium is a smoke and vape-free campus. To ensure a healthy and enjoyable environment for all of our fans, we ask that you refrain from smoking or vaping anywhere on school grounds. Thank you for your cooperation, and please continue to enjoy the game. Number 15, Ronell Page is hit and dropped in the backfield. Tackle the play made by number 0, Jonta Cuffey. Loss of 2 on the play back to the 3-yard line is going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Force. And before this 4th down snap, timeout Newark, 3rd and final timeout charge for the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, also our concession stand is now open, so head on over to grab yourself something to eat or something to drink, all in support of Newark Athletics. But please make sure you're back in your seats for halftime as we have the performance from the Newark High School Yellow Jacket Marching Band, followed by our homecoming court ceremony. Thank you. Force send out the punt team on the snaps number 88. Lawson Joseph in to punt it away is number 1, Cade Aldis. And back near the 35 for your Yellow Jackets is number 12, Kasim Williams. Kasim Williams muffs the punt, but it is jumped on by number 6, Saquon Robinson, and that will remain the Yellow Jacket football. Robinson is brought down at the 30-yard line. So with just under 35 seconds to go, your Yellow Jackets start in excellent field position. 1st and 10 Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington's 30-yard line. William Teal's pass intended for number 10, Xavier Brown, is incomplete. Number 7, Anthony Zerba on the coverage. 2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. William Teal's pass intended for number 3, Ryan Goodman, is incomplete. Once again, number 7, Anthony Zerba on the coverage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Field pass complete to number 4, Samir Coleman. Makes a man miss at the 28, puts it back at the 15, and he scores out of bounds at the 13-yard line. But that's going to go for 17 yards and a Yellow Jacket first down. 1st and 10. Newark at the Force 13. Teal's pass intended for number 17, Edward McKinley Taylor, falls incomplete. Number 13, Brady Shelton on the coverage. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Teal's pass intended for number 17, Edward McKinley Taylor, is broken up by number 13, Brady Shelton. However, there is a flag on the play. An illegal shift penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to cost them 5 yards. So the previous penalty will be a 5-yard penalty against the Yellow Jackets. As a result, it will be 1st and 15 for the Yellow Jackets at the Force 19. William Teal's pass intended for number 2, number 3, Ryan Williams. No, it is number 2, Keon Black, and he's going to go in for 19 yards. Yellow Jacket touchdown! Teal's pass intended for number 10, Xavier Brown, is broken up, so the conversion is no good. However, as we go to halftime here at the homecoming game, your Yellow Jackets now lead the visiting Force 12-0. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the south end zone and join us in welcoming the marching band from Newark High School to the field. Led by woodwind captain Kennedy Melton, brass captain Chris Hart, guard captain Adele Williams, pit captain Sequoia Aber, and battery captain Matt Greer. And under the instruction of battery director Jacob O'Neill, pit director Maylin Jackson, guard director Bianca Albu, and band director Mike Archer. This year's show outlines a city of sound where the skyline grows, the streets never sleep, and the night comes alive with chrome streets reflecting the glow of neon. As the streets ignite with the rhythm in Electric Avenue, a surge of energy lights the way. We race through the pulse and mystery of the Midnight District, where shadows dance with color. We step back and take in the dazzling brilliance of the fluorescent skyline, seeing the night beat with endless rhythm. The night is alive, the streets are glowing. The 2025 production of Neon City was composed by Randall Strandbridge. The color guard was choreographed by Bianca Albu, and the drill was designed by Mike Archer. Drum majors Eve Billowitz and Anya Dernan. Is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the pride of the hive, the sound of the swarm, your Newark High School Yellow Jacket Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newark High School's homecoming court ceremony. Please draw your attention to the center of the field as the Newark High School Yellow Jacket Marching Band clears the way for our 2025-2026 homecoming court. First, please welcome our freshman Prince and Princess. The freshman class is represented by Princess Leslie Bautista Laredo, and she's escorted by her Prince, Aiden Martin. Next, please welcome the sophomore Prince and Princess. The sophomore class is represented by Princess Roxy Penix Tagson, and she is escorted by her Prince, Cristiano Jones. And our final pair of Prince and Princess, please welcome the junior Prince and Princess. The junior class is represented by Princess Abigail Parrish, and she is escorted by her Prince, Preston Turner. And now, introducing the 2025-2026 Senior Class Homecoming Corps. First, our nominees for Homecoming King. The first nominee for King is Joseph Arroyo. Joseph is the son of Samantha Ace and Jeanette Perkins, and today he is being escorted by Connor Petrovich and Killian Dawes. Joseph is currently a cast member of the Newark High School theater production of 12 Angry Jurors, and his favorite memory from Newark is rehearsing for and performing Newsies with his theater friends. After graduation, Joseph plans to go to college to pursue a bachelor's degree while pursuing theater and acting on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, our first King nominee, Joseph Arroyo. Our next King nominee is Michael Butts. Today, Michael is escorted on the field by his parents, Scott and Renee Butts. Michael is an officer in the National Honor Society here at Newark, has played on the boys' varsity volleyball team and is currently a manager for the girls' JV and varsity volleyball teams. He is also a peer group connection leader. His favorite memory is giving himself a concussion and needing stitches on his chin after diving for a ball during a volleyball game. After graduation, Michael plans to attend the University of Delaware to earn his master's degree in environmental engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, King nominee Michael Butts. Our next King nominee is Diego Diaz Vallejo. Today, he is escorted by his mother, Vanessa Diaz. Diego has been a part of the football and wrestling teams at Newark High and is currently a captain representing both teams. His favorite memory at Newark was reconnecting with his friends during his junior year after he had previously transferred schools before returning to the High. After graduation, Diego plans to attend college and study sports physiology while playing football. Ladies and gentlemen, King nominee Diego Diaz Vallejo. Coming down the field is our final nominee, Vincent DePercio. Vincent is the son of Francis and Elise DePercio, and today he is escorted on the field by Noah Rosselli. Vincent is involved in the Technical Student Association and was a cast member for the Newark theater production of 12 Angry Men. His favorite memories are representing his club, chatting with friends, and coming out to see Newark school music programs at the 2024 Trunk or Treat. Vincent's plans after graduation are to attend the University of Delaware to study something. He just isn't sure what. Ladies and gentlemen, King nominee Vincent DePercio. And now, the nominee for Homecoming Queen. Our lone nominee is Nikoi Huang. Today, she is escorted on the field by her mother, Landy Lee. Nikoi is part of Newark's ACE program, National Honor Society, Yearbook Club, and is a part of class council. She has also played volleyball for Newark High and is the captain of the girls' varsity volleyball team. Nikoi's favorite memory at Newark is all the meaningful connections she has made over the past 4 years. The faculty has been incredibly supportive, always finding ways for her to be successful, and as for her classmates, she is grateful to have met so many amazing individuals whom she proudly considers lifelong friends. After graduation, Nikoi plans to pursue her passion in sports medicine, where she hopes to become a physical therapist or athletic trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, our Queen nominee, Nikoi Huang. And now, Newark High School would like to welcome back our 2024 and 2025 Homecoming Queen, Madison Davis, and Homecoming King, Carlos Lobo. Madison and Carlos are freshmen at the University of Delaware, and they've returned to crown this year's new Homecoming King and Queen. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is time to crown Newark High School's Homecoming King and Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, your King and Queen, Diego Diaz Vallejo and Nikoi Huang. Congratulations to the Newark High School Homecoming King and Queen and their courts. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Dr. Tina Pinkett and the Newark High School administration for supporting student government, Miss Victoria Brown for assisting with social media, the Newark High School faculty for supporting our students, and most importantly to Mrs. Brandy Heights and Mr. William Ward for their tireless efforts in organizing and executing a phenomenal homecoming. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are heading for the exits due to the weather, please be aware that there is no re-entry for this game. Once again, if you are heading towards the exits, please be aware there is no re-entry for this game. Thank you. In the kick for Yellow Jackets to start the second half is number 32, Preston Turner. Back deep for the Force, number 2, Jeremiah Pressy Fullman. Number 6, Amir Scott. And number 15, Ronell Page. Scott will field the kick at the 16, crosses the 30, and is dropped there by a couple of Yellow Jackets. And that is where the Force will take over. 1st and 10. Charter School of Wilmington at their own 31. Tackle on the play made by number 26, Xavier Wilson Reynolds, and number 6, Saquon Robinson. On behalf of our high schools in Delaware need officials. Please give back to the sport you love, support the teenagers in your community, and earn extra income. Become a high school official. Apply online at highschoolofficials.com or contact the BIAA office at 302-857-3365 for more information. That number again is 302-857-3365. Ethics, integrity, and respect are important values in our daily lives. On the field, court, or track, these values translated into a display of sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. A message from the Delaware Interscholastic Athletic Association and Newark High School. Near Scott on the carry, crosses the 40, 45, 50, down the 40, inside the 40. However, there is a flag on the play. A low block penalty on Charter School of Wilmington will back him up 10 from the previous spot. As a result, it will now be 1st and 20 for the Force at their own 22. Ronell Page on the carry is hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage. However, after the play, there is a flag. A personal foul penalty against the Yellow Jackets will tack on 15 at the end of that play. And as a result, it'll now be a 2nd and 6. Correction, caught 5 for the Force at their own 37. Amir Scott on the carry, crosses the 40, and is met there by a swarm of Yellow Jackets. Initial hit made by number 6, Saquon Robinson. However, that's going to be good for 5 yards. And a Force first down. 1st and 10, Charter School of Wilmington at their own 43.
Come on, give a stop.
Ronell Page on the carry, pushes the pile forward and is going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play is going to bring up a 2nd and 8. There's going to be an official's timeout on the field, but ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please get your 50-50 tickets ready as we are about to announce the winner of our 50-50 ticket drawing. A total has been raised of $176 for the 50-50 ticket, so our winner today will take home $88. So once again, please get your tickets ready as we will draw the winning 50-50 ticket. All right, Newark, the winning 50-50 ticket winner, number 776792. Once again, winning ticket 776792. Please report to the press box to claim your prize. Ladies and gentlemen, final call, winning ticket number 776792. William Jameson's pass complete to number 7, Anthony Zerba, who has met and dropped in the backfield. All the way back to the 40-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play. Tackle made by number 6, Saquon Robinson. We're going to bring up a 3rd and 13 on the play. Jameson's pass complete to number 2, Jeremiah Cressy-Fullman. Tackle on the play made by number 6, Saquon Robinson, cleaned up by number 2, Keon Black. However, that's only going to be good for 5 yards and going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Force at their own 44. Force will send out the punt team. On the snap is number 88, Lawson Josephic. In the punted away is number 1, Cade Aldis. And back deep at his own 25 is number 12, Hakeem Williams. Aldis' punt hits at the 35 and takes a forced bounce down inside the 25. It'll be down at the 24-yard line for number 88, Lawson Josephic. And that is where the Yellow Jackets will take over 1st and 10 Newark at their own 24. Samir Coleman on the toss, crosses the 30, and is brought down at the 35-yard line by number 7, Anthony Zerba. However, that's going to go. We're going to call it short of the 34. Got to bring up a short 2nd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets. Gain of 9 on the play.
Watch pass here. Watch pass, DBs.
They're in the band room. They get off to the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure.
Pass the ball. Watch the ball, defense. Watch that ball.
An illegal shift penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 5. As a result, it'll now be 2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets back at their own 28.
Let's go, man. Bust it open right here, man. Right there, it is, right there.
Samir Coleman on the carry, pushes the pile forward before being brought down by a number of force, including number 88, Lawson Josephic, and number 77, Mason Klazowski.
In the backfield, do you see him slamming back there?
I didn't see what he had.
They call everything. Our guy slamming.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you play way back there, nothing to do with dude get up. And you pick him up and slam him. Kids watch too much TV.
It's when you do something that is against the rules of the game.
It's a dead ball, so it's actually right.
Hit him hard when they were unprepared. Unfortunately, covers the whole lot.
It makes it a lot. You say something wrong, you look somebody like.
After the play, an unnecessary roughness penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 15. As a result, it'll now be a 2nd and 15 at the 20-yard line, and William Taylor is going to be hit and dropped for a big loss by number 52, Martin Sanchez Arriaga, back at the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 23 for the Yellow Jackets.
You sound like you played.
Correction, it'll now be 4th and 23 for the Yellow Jackets.
Hey, back up! Jeremiah, back up! Back up, Jeremiah!
You know the fine bit.
It's crazy because it's like homecoming was never at 11 o'clock. Yeah. We had lights.
William Teal crosses the 40, 45, 50, 45, and steps out of bounds at the 42. That's going to go for nearly 50 yards, and the Yellow Jacket first down. 1st and 10, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington 40.
They young.
They are.
They young and they build the confidence. Yeah. They build the confidence. The first three games was tough. Yeah. First three games was tough. They were. These games we supposed to be winning.
William Teal on the carry, runs into that forced defensive front, and is going to be marked down shy of the 45 at the 46. Pushed back there by number 77, Mason Kozowski. Pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets.
Their side is wide open. Toss that way, get 6 points. Go to their sideline. Wait for the Twins. Wrong side.
Diego Diaz-Vallejo on the carry, pushing the pile forward down inside the 30 to the 29. Tackle on the play made by number 44, Evan Richards, and number 52, Martin Sanchez Arriaga. However, that's going to be good for 6 yards. And a Yellow Jacket first down. First and 10, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington, 29. Diego Diaz-Vallejo on the carry. Down inside the 20 to the 15. However, there is a flag on the play. Ladies and gentlemen, there are countless benefits participating in high school sports and activities. The NFHS Play, Perform, Compete Together campaign highlights diverse stories and promotes participation in healthy lifestyles and athletic events. Please encourage safe competition in our education-based environment. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get the word on these penalties, we'd like to remind everyone that Newark High School and Bob Hoffman Stadium is a smoke and vape-free campus. To ensure a healthy and enjoyable environment for all of our fans, we ask that you refrain from smoking or vaping anywhere on school grounds. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the game. So both fouls against Newark, a holding penalty, which is enforced first, which will back him up 10 from the spot of the original foul. And then after the play, a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Yellow Jackets will tack on an additional 15. As a result, it'll now be a 1st and 20 for the Yellow Jackets at the Forest 40. Diego Diaz Vallejo on the carry. Tackle after a short gain by number 77, Mason Klosowski. Going to bring up a 2nd and 17 for the Yellow Jackets at the Force 37. Teal's pass intended for number 12. Hakeem Williams falls incomplete. Number 13. Brady Shelton on the coverage. Prior to the snap, a false start penalty against the Yellow Jackets. A loss of 5 from the illegal formation penalty will back them up to the 42-yard line. And so now it's 2nd and 22 for the Yellow Jackets. William Teal's pass intended for number 4, Samir Coleman, falls incomplete. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 22 for the Yellow Jackets.
That's taunting, ref. Let's go. Call it both ways, huh?
William Teal on the carry, crosses the 35, cuts it back at the 30, runs through a Force player and is marked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That's going to be good for 13 and bring up a 4th and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Number 7, Anthony Zerba forced Teal out of bounds. And William Teal's pass intended for number 1, Gareth Howell, falls incomplete. A couple of Yellow Jackets in the vicinity, as were a couple of Force players. So that will be a turnover on downs to give the ball back to the Force. 1st and 10. Charter School of Wilmington at their own 29. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, as we head towards the end of the 3rd quarter, our concession stand is now open, so head on over to grab yourself something to eat or something to drink, all in support of Newark Athletics. Thank you. Amir Scott on the carry. Pushes the pile forward and crosses the 35. Tackle the play made by number 5, William Teal. However, that's going to be good for a 7-yard pickup out to the 36 and bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Force. Amir Scott on the carry, gets back to the line of scrimmage and is stuffed there by that swarming Yellow Jacket defensive front. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Force. Jameson's pass complete to number 6. Amir Scott is blown up in the backfield by number 3, Ryan Goodman. That's going to be a loss of 7 on the play, back inside the 30.
Oh, great job, guys. Let's go.
Correction, a loss of 6 back to the 30, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Force. Force will send down the punt team, number 88, Lawson Joseph Hick in the snap. On to kicking away is number 1, Cade Aldis. And standing back at his 35, watching that one go, is number 12, Haseen Williams. Aldis' punt is going to be down at the 32-yard line by number 22, Thomas Nice. And that is where, correction, there is a flag on the play. A holding penalty against the Yellow Jackets during the punt is going to back them up 10 from the end of the spot. And as a result, it'll now be 1st and 10 Newark at their own 22-yard line.
What were you thinking? I forgot. Well, yeah, but none of us actually, none of me was wet. I want to sit on there. Because the
Dry now.
uniform has to be completely dry.
Samir Coleman on the carry, pushes the pile forward across the 25 and is tackled down at the 26-yard line. Then initially by number 1, Cade Aldis, cleaned up by number 7, Anthony Zerba. Pickup of 3 on the play. Correction, call it 4 out to the 26. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets.
Not always.
And that first down run will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So as we head to the 4th here at homecoming, your Yellow Jackets lead the visiting Force 12-0. Ladies and gentlemen, the score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators are remembered. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Good sportsmanship shows how to play the game. A message from the Delaware Athletic Association. And there are countless benefits to participating in high school sports and activities. The NFHS Play, Perform, Compete Together campaign highlights diverse stories and promotes participation in healthy lifestyles and athletic events. Let's encourage safe competition in our education-based environment. And fans are reminded that the broadcast and streaming rights of when GIAA live streams an event belong exclusively to the NFHS network. When games are produced, streaming an event is strictly prohibited. To watch live games, please visit nfhsnetwork.com. And finally, before we start the fourth quarter here at Butch Simpson Field at Robert Hoffman Stadium, we'd like to remind everyone that Newark High School and Bob Hoffman Stadium is a smoke and vape-free campus. To ensure a healthy and enjoyable environment for all of our fans, we ask that you refrain from smoking or vaping anywhere on school grounds. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the fourth quarter. Lastly, our concession stand is still open, so head on over to grab yourself something to eat or something to drink, all in support of Newark Athletics. Samir Coleman on the carry, pushes the ball down near the 30-yard line. Tackle on the play made by a number of the force, including number 6, Samir Scott, and number 44, Evan Richards. A pickup of 4 on the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Samir Coleman breaks 2 tackles, crosses the 40, 45, cuts it back at the 50, and is finally thrown down inside the 45 of the Forces territory by number 6, Amir Scott. However, that's going to go for 28 yards and a Yellow Jacket first down. First and 10, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington, 43. Samir Coleman on the carry, pushes the ball forward down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play is going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Diego Diaz-Vallejo on the carry, crosses the 30, and brought down there by number 7, Anthony Zerba. However, there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, our team is not. They just they play how they want until they actually do.
I honestly think that the refs are only calling.
Yeah. They always do.
Bad moves too. I've seen a couple of blocks from behind the Varsity.
They only have bad moves in the past game. Yeah. They did it out of the way game too. They do it.
A block in the back penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 10. As a result, it'll now be 2nd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets at the Force 41. Teal's pass intended for number 2, Keon Black, is broken up by number 9. And number 1, Cade Aldis.
I like that, 13.
Correction, previous pass broken up by number 13, Brady Shelton.
If I change my mind and then go inside. I have no idea.
Prior to this third down snap, timeout Newark, first charge timeout of the second half. So with 9:25 remaining in the game, your Yellow Jackets lead the visiting force 12-0. Teal's pass intended for number 2, Keon Black, is broken up by number 2, Jeremiah Presti Fullman.
I love big hoodies so Zoe. There. No.
As a result, it is now going to be a 4th and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets will send out the punt team. On the snap is number 52, Jason Henn. In to punt it away is number 4, Samir Coleman. And heading back to his own 10-yard line for the force, number 6, Amir Scott. Prior to this 4th down snap, an illegal substitution penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to back them up 5. As a result, it'll now be 4th and 13 for the Yellow Jackets at their own, or correction, at the force 46. Coleman's punt is going to be touched by Scott, and he's going to be down at the 15-yard line. Great coverage after the muff by number 52, Jason Henn. And that is where the force will take over 1st and 10, Charter School of Wilmington at their own 16.
I don't know how this works.
You don't need to save that back if you know it down.
I'm in the goal. So you can't even play with me.
That help is funny, Sarah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna go home.
please do not use any type of sound amplification equipment in the stands. Once again, please do not use any kind of sound amplification equipment in the stands, or you will be asked to leave the event. Thank you. Number 6, Amir Scott on the carry is tackled by number 2, Keon Black. He gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 16-yard line for no gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the force. Jameson escapes the pocket and runs far side and is forced out of bounds by number 2, Keon Black, and there is a flag at the end of that run.
And of course, it'll be
After a pickup of 17 yards on the quarterback scramble, a unnecessary roughness for a late hit penalty against the Yellow Jackets are going to tack on an additional 15. As a result, it'll now be a 1st and 10 for the Force at their own 47.
well, in this case, Newark. It means calling them on tough people. Ooh, nice.
Amir Scott on the carry is swallowed up in the backfield by that Yellow Jacket defensive front, including big number 58, Javier Turner, number 52, Jason Henn, and number 50, Diego Aguado Sereno. No gain, brings up 2nd and 10 for the Force. Ryanell Page on the carry is hit and stopped by that Yellow Jacket defensive front. However, after the play, a personal foul penalty against the Yellow Jackets will tack on an additional 15. "15 yards after the play, is going to bring the ball inside Yellow Jacket territory to the 35, and that is where the Force will have a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Charter School of Wilmington at the Newark 35. Jameson's pass intended for number 6 here. Scott falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Force at the Yellow Jacket 35.
Juniors, are you ready? Ready! Juniors, are you ready? Ready! There are no seniors.
Oh, yeah.
Jameson's pass complete to number 2, Jeremiah Preston Fullman, is complete. However, he is going to be stopped right at the 35-yard line by number 12, Haseem Williams. No gain on the play is going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Force.
Yes, mother. You guys should do it.
Jameson's pass intended for number 88, Lawson Joseph. Ball just incomplete. Number 4, Samir Coleman on the coverage.
We did say cheerleaders. Yeah, they did say Dan from cheerleaders. We're not here. What were they going to say? Band?
Jameson's pass intended for number 6. Amir Scott is broken up by number 2. Keon Black. Turnover on down. Yellow Jacket football. First and 10. Newark at their own 35. Diego Diaz Vallejo on the carry. Crosses the 35 and is stopped at the 38-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. Tackle and play made by number 88, Lawson Josephic. Brings up 2nd and 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, trust. I'm going to take 4 posters together and make a
Samir Coleman across the 40, 45, bangs into a force player and is over the 50-yard line in to try to slow Wilmington territory. Tackle and play made by number 7, Anthony Zerba, number 9, Jose Ortega, but that's going to be good for another Yellow Jacket first down. First and 10, Newark at the Charter School of Wilmington, 46. King Diego Diaz Vallejo on the carry. Picks up 2 down to the 45. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Yellow Jackets.
He keeps trying to force the ball to not win. He's just like, this is I'm too cool for this. You played that Sousa though.
Samir Coleman on the carry. Makes 2 men miss. Crosses the 40 and is tripped up as he hits the 35. Tackle play made by number 9, Jose Ortega. However, that's going to go for 10 yards. And it's good for another Yellow Jacket first down. First and 10, Newark on the Charter School of Wilmington, 35. Diego Diaz Vallejo on the carry, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but is stopped there by the forced defensive front. And before this second down snap, there's going to be a timeout. Charter School of Wilmington, first charge timeout of the second half. So, with 1:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, your Yellow Jackets lead the visiting force 12-0.
I do to her all the time too. You like kidnapper and not? Kidnapper and like keep her. You want to see again? Either one of you do. Well, you do. Check the flash right here. I think watch it. So what about Sam kidnaps you? Walk on you. Then Zoe should kidnap you. I think I could also get home from this. And it's like wow. Come on, guys. 1 minute. They were beating us. I was so like half a game. No, that's a different game.
William Teal on the carry. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and then is driven backward by number 4, led by number 50, Ethan Aldis. Correction, he was tackled in the backfield, so a loss of, we'll call it 3 on the play, back to the 39 is going to bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Yellow Jackets. And there is a timeout on the field for the second charge timeout of the second half for the Charter School of Wilmington. And ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take a moment and recognize our principal, Dr. Tina Pickett, for the way that she has handled and navigated a very difficult week here at Newark High School. Thank you to Dr. Tina Pickett for her leadership and her overall guidance and the way that she handles things here at Newark High School. Thank you, Dr. Pickett. William Teal on the carry is going to go down back behind the 40-yard line. Tackle there made by number 7, Anthony Zerbin, number 50, Ethan Aldis. And there's going to be another timeout on the field, 3rd and final charge timeout to the Charter School of Wilmington.
So the runner was down on his knees. All they had to do was touch him. 2 people hit him. Then this was just one. That's what they did.
My lip hurts.
Another 15.
Yellow Jackets will send out the punt team to kick it away. So, on the snap, number 52, Jason Henn. In to punt it away is number 4, Samir Coleman. And back deep for the Force at their own 10 is number 6, Amir Scott. Coleman's punt is going to be down inside the 15 by number 52, Jason Henn. However, there is a flag on the play.
Why are they so low? You know, if you want to pull the sleeves up on your life,
False start.
we're the ones that and then they didn't even get to it.
That means that somebody went before the snap. Now they want to give them a 5-yard penalty.
They are ugly.
And a legal formation penalty against the Yellow Jackets will back them up 5. And as a result, it'll now be 4th and 22 for the Yellow Jackets back at the Force 46. punt team will once again stay on the field. So again, in the snap for the Yellow Jackets is number 52, Jason Henn. In the punt of the way is number 4, Samir Coleman. And now back at his 20-yard line for the Force is number 6, Samir Scott. Coleman's punt is fielded by Scott at the 14. Cuts back at the 20. Gets outside. Crosses the 30, 35, and is forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Forced out by number 4, Samir Coleman. So that's going to be a 26-yard return for the Force. And with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining, the Force will take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Jameson's pass complete to number 2, Jeremiah Pressey-Fullman, and he is blown up behind the line of scrimmage by number 2, Keon Black. Correction, number 3, Ryan Goodman. Loss of 1 on the play, brings up 2nd and 11 for the Force at their own 39. Jameson's pass complete to number 6, Amir Scott. Going to step out of bounds inside Newark territory at the 47-yard line. That's going to go for 14. And a Force first down. 1st and 10. Charter School of Wilmington at the Newark 47. Jameson's pass complete to number 2, Jeremiah Pressey-Fullman. And he's tackled down at the 20-yard line by number 3, Ryan Goodman. That's good for a 28-yard gain and a Force first down. Prior to this first down snap, timeout Newark, first charge time of the second half. And so with 20 seconds remaining in the game, the Force have it 1st and 10 at the Newark 20, but trail your Yellow Jackets 12-0. Correction, that is Newark's second charge timeout of the second half.
What are you looking at? This waffles again. We're making them bigger. Oh, yay. Nice. The glass is so
Prior to that first down snap, dead ball false start penalty against the Force will back them up 5. As a result, it will be a 1st and 15 for Charter School of Wilmington, back at the Newark 25. And King Diego Diaz Vallejo will sack William Jameson back at the 35-yard line. A loss of 10, and that will be the final play as your Yellow Jackets defeat the visiting Force 12-0. Ladies and gentlemen, the DIAA and Newark High School have enjoyed having you at today's game. We look forward to having you as our guest at future events. Next Saturday, October 18th, your Yellow Jackets will take on the visiting Red Raiders from Concord High School. Kickoff will once again occur at 11 a.m., so make sure you come and join us for another great Saturday of Yellow Jacket football. Please drive safely, and thank you for attending. On behalf of our principal, Dr. Tina Pinkett, our athletic director, Mr. Jason Bedford, and the rest of the Newark High School administration and athletics team, good afternoon from Butch Simpson Field at Bob Hoffman Stadium.
Oh man. Where's everybody else at? They ain't done. They gotta come over this side, dude. That side's good, except I messed over the stand. See, I'll leave it.